So, another thought I just had about how astrology is a guide for helping us learn who we are, but it is not, in my opinion, it's not a tool for telling you who you are because there's too many ways to interpret all of the various placements in your chart. There's too many ways for those things to manifest. It's kind of like looking in the mirror, right? Like looking in the mirror tells you a lot about yourself, but it is just a small sliver of who you actually are. So, another thing that I find that has not worked for me very well, now again, this is completely personal because some people love coordinating their life with like what's going on astrologically. It's kind of the same thing with like working with the moon phases. Sometimes I do it a little bit, but like in general, my life tells me what is going on more than the timing of things, if that makes sense. It doesn't mean that those events aren't significant. It's just that like they manifest differently than I think they're going to. Like for instance, let's talk about let's say it's a full moon. So a full moon is theoretically a time for either letting go of things, or we could look at the waning phase as being that, but the full moon can also be like a big release. Oh my gosh, sorry, totally lost my train of thought. Or it can be like a time of like manifestation, right? That's what it's supposed to do, is when the thing that we set the intention for at the beginning of the month when the moon was new, that comes into manifestation when the moon is full. Now, if that works for you, that's great. And I'm not even saying it doesn't work for me. I'm just saying that like I don't necessarily feel inspired at the new moon to set an intention or whatever. Maybe it's something I should do more and something I would like to experiment with more. I'm just not like necessarily that organized because I find that when the astrological alignments happen, the events that are taking place in my life, yes, the astrological events do describe them, but I don't necessarily have a lot of control over it, or like I have found it to be more beneficial to me to just sort of ride the wave, so to speak, rather than deciding what wave I'm going to be riding. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's why when I got into astrology, I really wanted to be that person that was like planning my whole life around astrology. And like life has taught me, it doesn't quite work that way.